YouTube. So right now, we finna go react to the subway surfers of New York. Let's get it, man.
Tonight about the deadly dangers of so-called subway surfing in New York City. Yesterday, an 11-year-old boy died trying to surf a subway car. Oh, yeah.
We hop on the 7 train. I was like, this is the 7th, this is a train line that I've never surfed before. So I'm gonna take the chance to surf it right now. There's this little metal beam lined up at the entrance of the stop that was like in perfect correlation with my head.
I was like, yo, Terrell, look at this shit. It's crazy. Hope you ain't doing no dumb like this. He was like, nah, hell no. I don't do no stupid like that. And come to find out, like, he might have even been in that video.
No surfing or riding outside the trains under any circumstance. Social media is not worth your life. Ride inside, stay alive.
Attention everyone. If you have questions or wish to report,
Can we get these guys and get out of here? Let's go.
Growing up younger, I didn't really get treated with like any respect or like love. Just made me become who I am.
Moving subway trains, riding the metal beast in a dangerous game of subway surfing. Reckless behavior amongst the youth is not new. It's been a part of history for millennia. But this story has a modern twist. Much like the viral Kia Boy phenomenon, the rise of subway surfing can be directly traced to social media, where the pursuit of fleeting fame drives young men to risky extremes. But these brief moments of internet glory can come at a devastating cost. The harsh reality is that some New York families will never see their sons again because of this deadly trend. Warning. What you see in this video should not be replicated in any manner. This is highly dangerous.
this is a Flushing Main Street bound 7 local train.
We're here at Court Square Station to cover a very serious, interesting, and controversial story. There are these subway surfing kids. They hop up on this train right here, and it might be the last thing they ever do. Are you guys aware that there's kids that ride this subway, that surf it? Have you ever heard of those kids?
Yeah.
What would you want to tell those kids if you could?
Stop doing that.
Think about your life.
Yeah, your life is more important. You got a long life to live.
What would you do if your son was caught doing that?
Oh my God. I might have to strangle him. Another one just died on the train.
When did that happen?
Earlier today on the F train. A little kid riding on the train coming from school.
An 11-year-old boy from Brooklyn fell off the train and onto the tracks after pulling the dangerous stunt.
The boy was on the roof, subway surfing, on top of a G train in Park Slope, Brooklyn, bound for Queens.
What is it about young men you think that are as willing to do this?
You see people doing it on the TikTok, then everybody want to follow it.
Don't follow these other videos just for views that you know, Bible, nah, your life comes first.
How are you?
Good. Everything's good right now.
Okay. I was talking to a couple on the way here. They said a kid died on the F train today.
That did just happen literally this morning. 10:15 this morning, some kid cut class, went on the F train, your 4th Ave 9th. There's a bridge, and when someone's inexperienced and they don't think about that shit, they'll do it, they don't think about that, and as a result, they can't get downtime. He probably hit the bridge and fell under it. That was it for him.
How risky would you rate this behavior?
I would say it's very risky nowadays, especially with the abundance of social media and everyone doing it. Back when I was doing this stuff, it was not that bad.
To all the viewers back home, I would say this. No amount of likes or views or follows is ever worth you risking your life. Should we start moving?
I think we should. Okay.
No surfing or riding outside of trains under any circumstances. Ride inside, stay alive.
So you'll see that like every 5 to 10 minutes. You'll see it in the stations, you'll hear it on the trains. On a line like this, they play it so often, you can't go one commute without hearing it. This campaign, where they're playing all the announcements, it's literally fueling the fire, in my opinion. The mayor thinks he's doing a good job spreading awareness about it, but in reality, kids will see that. They'll look up subway surfing on Instagram, and they'll literally just hop on top of the train because they see people are discouraging it. But at the same time, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're all encouraging it. They'll just get on top, think it's cool, maybe not think of the consequences, and one wrong move and it's it for them.
You seem like a smart kid that would come from a good home.
I don't really have a lot of issues. Like, mentally, it's hard, but, you know, riding on top of the train, riding on the back, it was a way I coped with it, you know? It really was at the time. But, you know, after I stopped this phase of my life, I started to slowly mature, and I put myself into school, completed some technical school stuff, and now I'm on my way trying to get employment, see a better future of myself.
And how old were you when you started?
I was 16, and I stopped when I was 18.
And what made you get out of the game?
So in December 2022, someone in our group, he fell under a train and passed away while I was on top of it.
Police say a 15-year-old was on the top of the southbound J train around 11:30 this morning when he fell and hit the electrified third rail. Teams from the MTA and the police responded, but it was too late.
Attention everyone. If you have questions or need to report an issue to the police, the MTA police is located at the station.
There was a lot of police presence on this line. Back then, when I was doing it on this line, you could pretty much get away with it whenever, I could go up and down the whole line, surf, back, top, do anything I wanted, and not have any repercussions for it. But because it's gotten so popular, the police see it on social media, police officers loading station on this line, preferably at the end of platforms a lot more often to catch kids if they're on the back or if they're riding on top of the train, they'll hold it. But it's gotten to a whole other level nowadays. You see, a building like that says, with the blue stripe, 50, yeah. They'll go on the roof of that building because it's a vantage point where they can see the train tracks. And if they see kids riding on top of the train, they will literally deploy drones, which will record the activity, and then they'll stop the train before it even gets to the station, and then they'll just have police waiting for them. That never happens.
There was just one right here. What made you do that?
Adrenaline.
You have the adrenaline shakes right now, huh?
A little.
Yeah? You're there with Crocs too, huh?
Yeah. Crocs, anything, doesn't matter to me.
Can I tell you something? This morning, a kid died doing this. You hear that?
I don't have a phone. I haven't been really updated.
What does that make you think?
It hurts to see other people that I know die from doing this. It's really stupid.
Why did you do it then?
Growing up younger, I didn't really get treated with any respect or love. So just made me become who I am. I started doing illegal shit, dangerous shit like this. If I'm gonna be real, it's a drug. It's literally a drug. You can't stop. I was doing this 2021, 2022. I just tried to bring myself up, put myself in a better spot than I was in before. And I really hope at some point, you'll learn, you'll mature, and you'll figure out what you want to do with yourself. For my age, I've matured, but there's still some things that just affected me when I was younger, which makes me who I am right now. I also was abused when I was younger, so I'm with mom and dad.
If the ride home goes wrong, what would you want? What message did you have for your mom, or what would you want her to know?
I just wanted her to know what I felt before. She take into account what she did was wrong. That's really much, though I still love her and care for her.
Like a kind of a big brother, I just say, think about your future, that you bring a lot of value to the world, and you can bring a lot of value to the world. So that would be very sad to hear something happening to you from this. All right, let's keep this moving.
There's different groups to this shit, and people have beef with one another, so it's just a part of it.
The last kid said that a lot of these kids carry knives, the subway surfers?
Kids stay strapped sometimes with knives. I saw one video of a kid whipping out a gun on top of the train.
To a lot of these kids are armed and dangerous in a way.
In a way, yes.
There is Manhattan bound local 7 train 2.
So when you guys are doing this, ever once has an adult tried to stop you from doing it?
Yeah, of course, so many times, man. That should just be funny.
How do they try and stop you?
It was my friend actually. He was trying to go up, and there was some big buff guy. He was like at least 300 pounds, and he tried to like fight him for real, because he tried to stop him to not go up. They started grabbing on each other, and then punches going through.
Also, you got like the Karens that like think they're entitled, and them saying she'll just magically get us down.
So if a lady tries to stop you, she's a Karen?
I get it, they just be looking out for us and stuff, but we was just having fun.
There's a lot of moms that see us, and they be like, yo, what y'all doing? Like, y'all got a life to live. But like, we really don't give a We used to, but now I understand. But before, nobody cared and stuff, so they was still gonna do it at the end of the day. A lot of kids, they lost their life just because they saw something cool on the internet, just like me though. But thank God I ain't lose my life.
We're all here, we're all blessed lives. Grateful to be living another day.
To see what the consequences of subway surfing are, we're gonna go talk to someone who shouldn't be alive today. All right, nice to meet you. Tommy. Nice to meet you, man. How are you? Nice to meet you.
June 23rd, 2022. I get some of my friends. We go on the train. We go to the Tangram Mall in Flushing, Queens. We initially go to see a movie. Turns out we didn't see a movie, and then we decided to head back to Astoria. We hop on the 7 train. Surfed before, so I'm gonna take the chance to surf it right now. Might as well. And then I climbed up. When I'm sitting there, and then there's this little metal beam lined up at the entrance of the stop. That was like in perfect correlation with my head. I was sitting on the train with my legs dangling in between the carts. Everybody always asks me if I saw the beam. Obviously I saw the beam, but in order for a human to process what to do, like to duck under the beam, you would have already been there by the time it would have processed in your brain to duck.
I don't know like how to put it in words. Like, this is my best friend. I started begging God. Like, I got down on the floor in a nasty bathroom in the hospital. I remember, like a nasty, pissy hospital floor. I was on the floor, like literally begging.
When you first saw him, did you even think he was gonna survive?
He was never not gonna make it in my head. It me up. Like, but I still was like, I'm like a type of person where everything is resolvable. Everything.
So what we about to see right now, we pretty much about to see one of our dead friends who have passed. God may bless his soul. This is what we wrote for him to send our blessings to him.
The day he passed away,
yeah,
a lot of people showed up, all his friends, like all of us that used to surf, but we don't condone that surfing stuff anymore.
I know, so please do not try this at home at all whatsoever, please. It's crazy too, because he was young. He was only like 14. He was only 14 at the time when this happened.
You don't have to get super specific, but what was he going through at home? This is where he was here.
The most that I do know, him, his family, they were in the midst of struggling at the time. So they were at tough times, so we had to back him up with some clothing and everything, because he was backed up at the time. Sometimes talking about him is not really an easy topic to bring up with him and everything. It's just like, because there could have been times where we could have really saved him.
Do you guys wrestle with guilt about the situation?
Absolutely, yeah, we do. Pretty much these are all the blessings on behalf of Jeff. Fly high, Jeff, you know.
Oh, that day was crazy. When I heard the news, I couldn't even believe it. Our man's called. He was like, oh, he fell off the train. He hit his head. It was bad. Bro, we're just hoping he was okay for real. When I saw the news later that night, they told me that he passed away. I was just crying. I couldn't believe it at all, because that was really my closest friend. He was the coolest friend I ever had. Like, he was funny, laughing. Whatever he needed me, I always pull up on him. Like, that shit was just sad. He was down for anything too. Bridges, tunnels, whatever. We lost two. Our friend Kayvon also, he died surfing the Williamsburg. But thank God we quit that shit. We don't do that shit anymore. Whatever y'all see right now, that's only for today. For those that still do it, they need to stop. It's not even cool anymore. It's not worth your life.
Okay, so they said they're gonna go on a run. I'm gonna follow them under the train. I'm obviously gonna stay in the train. This stuff makes me really nervous. I mean, there's a lot of parallels between this and the Kia Boys to me. See how this goes. So we'll see you after this mission.
Why the fuck did they even do that shit? Man, this shit was dangerous. That's crazy to me. You know how dangerous that shit is, nigga.
What's going through your heads right now?
Right now, a lot right now. A lot of good things, definitely. It was beautiful just now. Just being on top of there. It looked beautiful from that sunset. Definitely.
What influenced you starting this in the first place?
I had a past family member of mine who did it at one point, and I kind of picked it up from him, technically speaking.
Can we get these guys and get out of here? Can we get out of here? Let's go.
We're just worried about the cost, man. You're not gonna get, arrested, we 18 and shit. Definitely. Central bookings is not pretty. Being in a jail cell is definitely not pretty. Seen a lot of shit there.
Have you guys gotten locked up for doing this before?
Yeah, I have. You have? I've been locked up. I only got locked up once just for surf. We were surfing like in Brooklyn, and we got caught up because there was cops at the station. We tried to get low. I ran on the tracks, but you see the cops was at the next station just waiting for us, and then they tackled us. Some guy tried to tase me, but luckily he didn't.
Do you think the cops are coming for you right now? Do you feel like that noise is for you?
No. They're not really worried about this subway surfing shit out like that.
Do your guys' parents know you do this?
Yeah, my mom and dad, they know, but they don't support it. I told them I stopped. I basically did stop. I just started doing it recently again. It's just fun. That adrenaline, it's fun. I kind of see it more as a scenery thing. So whenever I'm up there and I see the sunset, I'm like, yeah, it looks beautiful. It's like something to get away from your problems. For me, whenever I feel down, I just come outside, either paint, explore, or surf sometimes. It's accomplished.
With this specific situation, is high risk and no reward. The people that was trained surfing, they end up being washed up old, niggas that ain't really doing nothing with their life at the end of the day.
Was there any part of you that was mad at him after?
Not even a little bit. A few months before this happened, there was a video that went viral on social media, not just in New York, it was all over the world. It was a video of kids running and playing on top of a train that was going over the Williamsburg Bridge.
The video shared on TikTok shows a first-hand view. 8 people out for a joyride on top of subway cars as it traveled over the Williamsburg Bridge. The group appears to be having the time of their lives.
I was like, yo, Terrell, look at this shit, it's crazy. I was like, I hope you ain't doing no dumb shit. He was like, nah, hell no. I don't do no stupid shit like that. And come to find out, he might have even been in that video.
Why are these kids doing this?
For the rush that they get, the adrenaline rush.
How many times have you done this previously successfully?
Before my accident?
Yes.
At least double digits.
We talking closer to 10 or closer to 90?
Closer to 30.
He pretty much doesn't have control of the left side of his body.
Almost like you had a stroke.
Time to fuck that shit up.
So the fact that he is making himself walk, he's manipulating his body, and he's been doing a lot of physical therapy over the past 2.5 years to get to this point, balance. Things are very different now.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of impact you want to have?
An impact that kills it and ends train surfing in general.
So these are kids right here. What do you think about that?
Rather dangerous.
Do you think they should get in trouble for that?
If they live, perhaps they should, yes. I mean, I grew up in this city. I remember it's been ages, but it's been going on decades after decades. If thrills shouldn't risk your life.
It's dumb as you're risking your whole life. Why are you getting on top of a train?
What should happen to these guys if they're caught?
Jail. Go to jail. That's it. Go to jail. You're supposed to be at school getting your education.
I know a friend who knew a friend that died from subway surfing. His name is Kasi. He died like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Don't subway surf.
I think anybody that puts their life in danger, you gotta hope that they don't hurt themselves.
What would you say if you had a son that was doing this?
If my son was doing this, I'd probably tell him the choices that you make, you're gonna have to face them. I'm gonna tell you a safe choice, and from that you make your decision, and you have to live with the choices that you make.
¿Qué tan re loco? No, yo no lo haría.
Si tú puedes dar un mensaje a niños que hacen esto, ¿qué vas a decir?
Que cuiden su vida, estamos muy jóvenes para morir tan temprana edad. Hay que trabajar, estudiar, vivir la vida y confíen en Dios, que todo le va a salir bien. God bless you.
Muchas gracias.
Somewhere in the bowels of the New York subway system, this crew has a secret spot. After finding a way to pop open a secret door, here's where we went next.
This nigga's recording this
Let's
shit,
journey into the bowels of New York.
Not exactly sure when it was open, but I think it was around 1950, 1970. Yeah, it was used for, I think, a shuttle train to Far Rockaway, something like that. But they didn't use it no more. And not a lot of customer service down here, if I'm right. The trains wasn't being, used, I don't know, the plan just went wrong. I don't know exactly, so I'm not too deep into that, but it stopped being in service around the 70s. I'm not pretty sure, maybe the 60s. But yeah, it's been like this for a minute. My name is C-Stags. I've been doing this for over 2 to 3 years. My specialty is rooftop and tunnels.
Tell me about your home life.
I went through a lot. My parents got divorced. My mom, it was just me and her. You know, she raised me alone and stuff. One of my good old friends brought me along to all these places. I met these guys. They brought me along with them as family.
How do you describe how this group treats each other?
Caring, all loving, all of it. Like, we look out for each other and everything. Something happens, we're there for each other. My name is Slash BT. I just started subway surfing about 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a crazy rodeo, man. If I never started this, I don't even know what I'll be doing right now. Probably be in the streets or some shit. Because I could be in the streets doing worse stuff. This is just a little misdemeanor. I feel like this is better than the street. Even though some stuff like subway surfing, I could die, but at the same time, I feel like being in the streets, you could die too.
What does this crew mean to you?
This crew is not even a crew. It's a family for real. Anything I do is with them. They know what's up. I ride for them, for real.
What's your home life like?
I'm not gonna say I grew up poor or in a bad, environment, but I grew in a bad neighborhood, but I feel like I had a good mom, good dad.
Does your family know you do this?
In some sort of way, they do. They don't like it, they want me to stop, and I try, feel me, but it's just sometimes it's what else? There's nothing else to do for real. Yo, what's good? My name is Sosa. I used to surf. I don't really surf as much as I used to, but I mainly be urbexing. I've been urbexing for about a good couple of years now. I think I was 12 at the first time. My older brother had put me on it, so I've only really been in the tunnels and everything for the most part. Only because I'm interested in the history behind the city, if anything.
What are your other hobbies?
My other hobbies, more so of an artist now. Trying to become more heavy into being a fashion designer type thing. I'm trying to launch a clothing brand.
What does this crew mean to you?
Crew, definitely family. It's another part of my family because we was all able to accept each other for who we were as people. You know, it was always free to do as we please. We always looked after each other. We've been through a lot together. That's definitely one thing.
My name is Laos BAT. I do all this crazy shit. I do graffiti, you know. I've been doing this shit for how long?
Does your family know you do this?
Yeah, unfortunately, when I got arrested. And yeah, they just don't want me doing it. They don't accept it, but I still do it. It's fun, that adrenaline.
What does this crew mean to you?
It's family to me. I basically grew up with them. We've been doing this shit for mad long. I knew them for mad long.
How's life at home? What's your home life like?
My home life? I don't really got nothing going on at home. I would rather be outside than home. For me, home is boring.
Do you know many people that have died doing this?
2 people. Both of them were my friends. His name was Kayvon and Judd. The first one who passed away was Kayvon. back in 2022, that was like a close friend of mine. It was terrifying. So basically it was like a turn, he lost control, and he fell off. When I was going back down, all I seen was his backpack on like the rail. So I already knew what happened. I was like, damn. And then the firefighters had to come, all that. And then they told us the news that he passed away.
If there's young guys out there that see your stuff on TikTok, Instagram, and think, I want to try this myself, what would you tell them?
Don't do it. Don't follow my footsteps. You'll get hurt. Your family's gonna be the ones that's gonna feel the pain. It's not gonna be you. It's gonna be passed away.
All right, guys, this has been a look into the world of the subway surfers. It was dangerous, it was reckless, but I think we learned a lot. If the risk is not worth the reward, don't bother doing it. Take your shots wisely, do things that are gonna advance you in the right direction, and stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, that was crazy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. New York crazy, man. Y'all niggas stay in school, man. Don't do that shit, bro. That shit ain't cool, man.